chat. Alright, it is time. I'm gonna bring up my snake notes as well so I can easily refer to them. So whenever something comes up during the set, sup Vavik, I can like refer back to them. Okay, so so going into the set, I did a lot of preparation for this matchup over the week before the event. I'm really happy it paid off. So the stage bans, I guess the stages I should say first, is generally, what is it? I banned Smashville, I banned Bastion, and I banned Kalos. Smashville and Bastion mainly because of the center plat is just super good for Snake. Yeah, the modded CS is really good. The center plat is just so broken for Snake because he can put C4 on the center plat and he just has inherent control of center stage. He can toss grenades on the center plat very easily from the ground. So like, he can just control that space a lot. So always ban those two stages. And I also ban Kalos. While it does mess up his up smash sledge trapping, the walls are annoying because I want to be able to drive under the stage when I feel like it's necessary. So having the walls there is not great. It's not great on PS2 either, but it's better than Kalos because Kalos he also lives way longer, and I just want to be able to kill him more consistently. So those were my bans mainly. I like going small PS2 Battlefield versus Snake. FD and down can be good, but I don't know. Like I had the option to go to FD later in the set, but I chose small as well, just because I like the platforms and how they allow me to reposition. But anyway, I'll just get into it. So the first thing, getting Mecha Koopa out when you can is good. See, I just do a lot of... I drop Mecha Koopa at the start. I also made my cursor red if that makes it any easier to see. I drop Mecha Koopa out at the start because Mecha Koopa blocks nade toss if he tosses it horizontally. So if you're getting like smothered by a lot of like nade tosses, like you can jump on plat, deploy Mecha Koopa, and it can block tosses along with Cannonball, but it's Cannonball's not, it's a bit less consistent at doing it because like it doesn't cover all nade toss heights. So that's kind of the if you'll see me drop a lot of mech from the plats, it's mostly to drop nade toss, like to block nade tosses so I can move him like behind it. So yeah, and it's just a lot of air camping just to find a right time to approach. So like if I'm up here, he's not hitting me with nades, right? He's not getting me with nade explosions. He's not getting me with down airs out of shield. Like he has to really commit to hit Junior up here. If he doesn't have C4 on plat, like you can kind of just hang out here, and as long as you pay attention to the nade cook timers, which is one of the biggest things in the matchup, as long as you're aware of when nades are going to blow up by paying attention to how long he cooks them, then you can just hang out and then know when to land and shield at all times. So that's what I'm doing, and then I finally, like, the instant I see, okay, like, also, I guess I should mention, another thing to note is that the thing about Snake's nades being, this explosion being bigger for you and not for him, that depends on ownership of the grenade. If you pick up the grenade, now the explosion is bigger for him and smaller for you. So that's what I do here, right? So I pick up that nade, toss it, big explosion, and basically it doesn't do a lot in this scenario, but you'll see other scenarios where it actually matters quite a bit. But I just pressure that, and I know that because this nade's behind him, he has to turn around, pick up, toss it, and then the instant he pulls another nade, I know, okay, that nade's not cooked, I can go in. So I go in, down air, and make him fall out, because if I dripped in with the full down air, the nade's blowing up, right? Yeah, I didn't know that until last week. So that's super good to know. How's it going, OneDrive? But yeah, this is another situation where paying attention to the cook timer is very important. So see, he cooks it a little bit, I do the down air, if I drift in, we're both getting hit by the nade. So drift out to try and get it hit by the nade, and then you can try and get an extension. But that's basically the way I try to handle that scenario. And then I pick up the nade, and whenever you can pick up a nade and drop it, like, this is your nade, he has to respect it more. So like, anytime that you can just disengage a nade and either pick it up, drop it, or pick it up and toss it without worrying about it being about to explode because of the cook timer, then you're good, right? That was just a bad aerial. And the other thing you'll see me doing is if I drive into grenades, if you drive into a grenade, during the hit stop of the grenade, you can actually jump buffer catch or jump buffer aerial to pick it up. I tried to pick it up with air dodge there, but see, I knew it was gonna blow up there, so I shielded that one. Just respect it because the cook timer is out. See, that's basically what you'll see me doing is go. You have to just go in, respect nades that are close to blowing up, and go in when he's plucking them, or like pulling them out. Plucking turnip, wrong, wrong verb. So you want to pressure him when the nades aren't cooked, so you have more time. How's it going, Angel of Death? So yeah, like, and there, that's how I get that nair, right? Because I know, okay, that nade's not gonna blow up unless I hit it, which was stupid, but yeah. That was dumb. I mean, that was a good nair if I spaced it better. Like, it's the same nair as before, except yeah, if I like didn't drift back with this nair, it would have maybe shield poked him and not hit the nade, so he gets damage off of that. See, back airs me, and again, just take your time. I went back, picked up the grenade, and chucked it, but again, just whenever you get hit like this, right? Just like take your time. Get back and just slowly work your way back to neutral, always being aware of when the nades are gonna blow up and when they're gonna actually be a threat to cover stage, right? See, again, yeah, like here, I drive, like, where is he? He pulls the grenade there, pick it up, Z drop it, so he has to respect it, and then as he's respecting the nade on the left side, right? So he has to respect the nade. And then I like bait out the toss and get the Mecha Koopa out. And then the Mecha Koopa being out is really good because that just adds more pressure. It's not going to matter every scenario, but it just keeps in, it just keeps some extra pressure. So again, I do the pick up the grenades, he drop it. He can't go to center, so he has to dash back. And now I have center, and now I'm just kind of going to take my time and get my setup going. And again, it's just a lot of like, you put your shit out and you try and find a way in. And if you can't find a way in, just avoid what he's trying to do. I'm shielding as I'm like, I don't see a way in. I'm just going to shield the nades, right? And again, you see when I go in, right? It's the same thing every time, right? So this is about to explode. That one's, I can shield that one and dash in. And then this one, he hasn't cooked it. So that's when I try and go in. At least that's the idea, right? Cannonball can be good, but don't overuse it, because if he gets a hang of it, he can toss nades over it and completely screw you. So it's good to kind of keep nades out in certain situations. But like, this is the whole mentality of like, I'm basically just taking you have to take your time, and then wait until you find a hole where you can get close to him when the nade isn't cooked. And that's when you get in, right? Oh, okay. Audio's good? Okay, we're fine. All right. So that's the whole idea about how you have to generally try and approach Snake in the matchup. By just taking your time, getting your stuff out when you can. Oh, okay. It's cool. No worries. But yeah, getting the stuff out when you can get it out, just to act as kind of a wall to block nade tosses and slowly work your way in, and then you can kind of choke them out. So that's kind of the way I do it. And then also disengaging nades when I can, just so the hitbox is bigger for him, and I just can counter zone with them as like items. And that's the whole idea. You also have to be very careful about hitting shield, because down air is a frame 6 out of shield, and he can also grab you. So if you can space like down air to make sure the last hit is not hitting shield, and you space it away, so he can't like down air you out of shield. Nair you can space around down air out of shield, but just don't down air on top of his shield. If you do that, he's gonna down air out of shield, and it's gonna get like a free knockdown. So just very, very careful about when you're placing your down airs. See, I'm just using, that's a situation where I can block a nade toss with cannonball, and the nade slows the cannonball down. Oh, go a little bit farther back, and the nade slows the cannonball down and allows it to hit him, right? And then here's the other big thing, is this, right? Up B punishes dash attack. This is one of the biggest things in the matchup. It's a massive thing. It's probably one of the biggest things on the matchup, I'd say. So this is an option select, because dependent on the spacing of his dash attack. All right. Basically, if he dash attacks from here, it's very hard to react. Yeah, it's huge in the moment. Yeah, I discovered this Subtivate, like during my grind session, and how important this actually is. He's at 56 right now, but if he dash attacks from here, it's very hard to react to the spacing at which he dash attacks. So you just react to the dash attack itself. You make this situation a little more likely by look at where I'm hanging out, the range I'm hanging out, right? Before this situation. What you want to do is see, I'm like right around here when he's here, right? Maybe a little bit closer. This is how you want to, if you want to bait out a dash attack, you want to play around this range, right? Yeah, I'm glad I was hitting a lot of hammers. Yeah, up B out of shield I think is definitely a good thing. I'm gonna look into implementing more in general. But yeah, so in this range, I'm okay. I'm gonna just shield here because I think he's gonna. Well, in that situation, I thought he was gonna try and pick up the mech with dash attack. But yeah, like generally in that range, you want to play that in that range to try and bait out dash attack. If he starts to dash attack closer to you, he can cross you up. So if you do the up B, it will whiff. But the explosion, you can then drift the opposite way. The explosion kind of covers you, like blocks him from chasing you. So even if you just see him dash attack, if you up B, if he crosses up, you can still reset with up B drift. And if it doesn't cross up, then you get this. Bam, like 40%. Awesome stage control. And it's a kill confirm if he was a little bit higher percent, right? And my edge guards and ledge traps weren't, I mean, they were pretty, there were some moments where they were pretty good this set, but yeah. I was just trying to get a feel for how he was recovering there. And again, this is, in situations like this, if he does like this kind of thing, just aerial to cover the space, and if he B reverses in the corner, just try and hold him into the corner. Wasn't the best dash grab, I thought he would hold shield, but generally you want to try and hold him into the corner. But regardless, see, I see him. He drops a nade. I know it's going to explode, so I cart over. And I end up catching him with the aerial cart. Up B to catch the dash attack in or roll in. Also to block the nade toss, right? Up B is just generally very good in this matchup because he's not very mobile. So if you have, that's another good reason that stages with plats are good. Because you can always drift to the plat because he's not mobile, right? Even if you whiff. And it blocks nade tosses, catches dash attacks, and roll-ins. So it's a pretty good resource to use in this matchup. And yeah, you can also react to the jump and do nothing when he's like, when you're not sure if he's gonna land with the B reverse nade. But yeah, this is why I like using up B in the matchup. Okay, that one was a bit ambitious, but hey, whatever. So again, aerial cart, really good. Aerial cart hitting his head and not the nade because the nade's behind him, right? Just a very good tool in this match. Go for another up B, try to punish there. I tried to go for up B again. I think I could have gotten a reaction up smash there. But any good way to punish snake that recovers high because I play a snake at my local. Hammer can be good to chase high. He's definitely going to do it later this set, so I can kind of explain my thought process whenever he starts doing that. Yeah, I probably could have punched that there. And that's the risk that you take when you do up B, right? Is if you use up B and he's close enough to a plat, the mix-up is I drift bound down here by ledge, or I go on plat. And if I'm at ledge, it's harder to get away. Because if he has center, the closer he is to center, the more risky the up B is generally. So there, I try and land quickly and shield, and then he just gets the punish. So that's, you have to be very careful about your landings if he's closer to you than you would like. Just take my time trying to cover space, just respecting the grenades, because if I'm hanging like at a long range, paying attention to the nade cooks and doing aerial cart when he can't really chase me, which is a lot of the time, then he has a very, very hard time getting any damage aside from like hitting me with the nade toss and doing like 2%. It's very difficult for him to get big punishes if you play it like this. Again, Z drop the nade, cover center. I was waiting for a roll there, but he didn't bite. There, shield, and then I get the up smash. The only reason I shielded because I knew the nade was gonna blow up, and then I knew the up smash was gonna poke. You see, like his shield's like at like 50% or something. Against tall characters, you can kind of just pull the trigger when you see the shields like this. And then again, like These landings with grenade, like if I get mech out, see he lands with the grenade, and just toss it up, cover plat. And then catch the bad lane. He just took too much time in the air. Okay, and again, see, I just go to the corner, aerial cart over him. Snake can't, unless he like double jumps, does an aerial to hard call it out, which you can react to, and then just drift away. Like, he has a very hard time covering a cart like this. Like, he tried to cover it, but I just faded farther back. Doing just aerial or defensive aerial cart just to reposition is so good in this matchup. It's just so good. So again, disengage the nade, right? He gets clipped by his own nade, which he just a tech mistake. I tried going for the up air down air, but you shouldn't go for up air down air versus snake with I guess any character with the frame one escape option really. And he's walking forward with a nade. You also have to recognize what's the frame data. I wrote the frame data down on this thing. He has 20. So grenade pull is frame 1, right? He can't act for 21 frames though. Which is something a lot. Everyone says, "Oh, grenade frame 1." Look at like the animation is so long. Like he did start walking after the nade pull, right? But like he had to pull, wait 21 frames, and then he starts walking. But at that point, like I'm already catching him. Like obviously you could have shielded, but the point is like he really didn't have much time to do much after the nade pull animation. So like if you're in this area and he's gonna pull a nade and you think he's gonna pull a nade, you have time to call it out. I preemptively did side B because I thought he was gonna pull a nade, right? Be careful about these side Bs because he can dash attack, right? He can just dash attack beat side B because of the iframes. But if you think he's gonna pull a nade and you're at like, you can call it out because of how long it takes for him to act after the animation. Try and go for up or down air. Bad decision because frame 1 escape option. Up B again. Like I just cover myself. Like I have a feeling he's gonna land in center with that nade, and I just up B, and then I just disengage. Bad landing. What? Yeah, I have to watch out for those landings. Again, these dash attacks. I have to condition shield more. I'm like trying to go for these grabs, but I'm not conditioning shield first. But again, just take my time. Take my time. Just wait for the nade. See the nade's on the right side, so I just let it roll off the plat. And then finally, I'm able to create enough distance between me and him to get the mech out. And that sets off the nade. Doesn't do much. But again, if he's not hitting me, and I have time to pull out a nade, it just increases my chances of winning neutral. So again, I'm just playing the long game, just respecting the nades. That was a bad mech. That was a bad mech because I did not pay attention to that cook timer, right? As you'll see. Look how much he cooks the nade. This nade is basically fully cooked. I should have recognized, wait, I have to shield because he's about to toss it. Fortunately, he tosses it like a frame too late. And I don't get punished. But that's just... I should have just recognized that wasn't the time to drop mech. Yeah, just a pretty aggressive side B. I should have gone for the hammer probably, but I went for it anyway. And again, yeah, so that is one way to cover the high up Bs, like I think Vavik was talking about before. Was it Vavik? Yeah, Vavik, yeah. So you can do it, but he's gonna catch on. You'll see he can also go higher. And there's just different mix-ups. So it's gonna happen again later, where he's gonna do it. I'm not really gonna have a good punish. I have the stock lead. What do I do? Just take my time. The win cons here are just getting chip damage with mech or grenade, clipping him with an aerial side B or a down air. But those are risky. So like I just have to wait until he gives me an opportunity with down air, or if I clip him with aerial side B while I'm moving. Or I get the grab, but I have to condition shield a bit more first. Because grab is like the biggest win condition in this matchup. But you have to condition shield to get it to work at all. Because like you're getting a ton of damage off of that. If you do end up getting a grab. It's like the most rewarding option. Okay. How did I get put off stage? I forget. You down air me? Off of what? Yeah, again, see the poorly spaced in there. It's just a free down air to shield. You see what I mean? Like it's just bam. That gets a big hitbox. Like I had to space it better. All right, Nikita. Bad down air. I should have just tried to maybe. I don't know what the best option was to deal with that Nikita specifically. I could have, because he had ledge cover with the nade. Maybe up B over and drift to the other side of the stage. I could have landed here and I would have had time to shield before the nade pops, but either way. Alright, get hit by the nade and reset. Alright. Again, as long as I'm not losing my stock, he can get chip damage as long as like you have to recognize in this matchup, right? If you have the lead, you can hit nades. Trading is fine if you have the lead, right? So like that's why if I have the stock lead, I'm a bit more aggressive when it comes to actually throwing out aerials when he's in the air. Because if the nades trade, like he's not killing me, and I'm getting closer to being able to kill him last stock. So that's my mentality when it comes to playing the matchup, depending on whether or not I have a lead, right? And again, right? There, just, I mean, that's just the use of the side B, the reel back, right? And then I just get the combo. No jump. Recognize he doesn't have a jump. I should have gone up there. I should have gone up there early. Junior will probably take less damage because of the, yeah, the card hitbox. That's right. But yeah. No jump. I should have done side B, up E hammer. See, I try to do it there, but he air dodges through, right? And then that's just a bad swing, a bad swing. Good air dodge to ledge. Cross up hammer, yeah. And again, the same thing. It's like staying in this range and then bait out dash attack, right? And then it's not shield that time, but it's because I wanted the side B. I wanted to ram him there. So yeah. I guess you get maybe a general idea of the matchup after that game. So now, yeah, I spent like 20 minutes on that game. The other 4 games will go much quicker now that I've explained, you know, the general game plan of the matchup. All right, let's go to game 2. So yeah, sometimes I like dropping Mecha Koopa on the stage. Sometimes I like doing it on the platform itself and just using it as an item. Because item, like, you can whiff punish nade tosses at the right angles. You can block nade tosses, and it's just good to have as like an option to toss it. I just toss it instantly there, but you have options with it is the point. Again, just taking my time. And then I try to get in. He thought I was going to do a defensive option, but I just mashed it. Yeah, and again, it's... like, Snake has to do this early, like he thinks I'm going to go here, he double jump up airs. But, like, if he gets an up air, sure, then I can just reset, right? He has to get straight hits on you if you're playing this way. And that was me. I was just... I think I pressed up. I don't know. I don't know what I did. Did I try to fast flare dodge there? Let me check. No, I tried it down air. Okay, that was me being stupid, right? Can't just force my way down versus this character a lot of the time. And there I do the jump Z catch. So you see I side B into the nade, and then I jumped and Z catch it, and then I just shield it. And there I should have waited. I should have waited for the nade to blow up and then gotten a combo out of shield. But whatever. Kill him. Yeah. There he should be dead. So the instant that was very unfortunate. Like a fair off stage, right? But like here I should have aimed for the Cypher and he should have just been dead instantly. Catches that. And then use the explosion. Up B explosion is good because it breaks him out of Cypher. If you know where he's gonna go. So that can be a useful tool. And just unfortunate mistech for him. I think I lose this game. Yeah, I actually definitely I remember losing this game. And again, like if I'm sitting on the platform, he needs to do these commitments, right? It did clip me, but like Snake doesn't want to play this way generally. I tried to bait out the dash attack, but he did catch me. I could have started the combo for that probably, but I wasn't ready for it. Yeah, because Snake has, so it's Snake's Cypher armor is actually just like Junior's up B armor. It's actually single hit armor. The Cypher itself has health, but Snake has single hit damage based armor on the Cypher, like while he's riding up the Cypher. And that I'm looking at it is 7% base damage armor. So unfortunately Mech Toss does not break it, which kind of sucks ass. But fresh far late nair will break it, and far early nair will break it even if it's stalled a couple times. As well as forward air, back air, and up air. So there's a lot of counterplay to it. But you just have to be, like, generally you have to be well positioned for it. Alright, so let's continue. Bait out the up tilt. He's going to try and down air me. Yeah. Yeah, this down air thing, all I was saying is to go for it, right? Or, because if they clip you, right? If they clip you with just, and then don't get the final hit, you're not getting cart back, right? So, there's a few things that you could do. You can either just wait for it and then go to ledge like I did here, or you can air dodge through it as long as you're low enough, right? So there's ways to deal with that. That's kind of how you have to play around it. I mean, I think AK played with the junior for at least one night in preparation for it because he was tweeting about it, but he definitely didn't prep for it as much as I did because I prepped for this matchup for like 3 or 4 days straight. So that's what this knowledge dump is. This is everything that I've used in that grind session, everything that I learned. But yeah. Okay, catch him with a spin out. Again, I up B just to try and catch him, but he rolls behind it, right? But again, it's just like the explosion covers me, I just drift away. If I landed on plat, I would have been fine. I don't know why I didn't go to plat there. Oh, it's because I preemptively I tried to combo out of it. I thought I would be able to combo out of it. So yeah, I'm dead here. So this idea is something that I worked on that is good. It just wasn't good in this situation. Up being over Nikita. I was close enough to stage where I could have just gone the ledge and it would have been hard for him to cover with Nikita. But generally, you'll see it work later on. The idea is you up B, air dodge through Nikita, and then you have mix-up drift of whether you go to plat, go land next to ledge, or go to ledge, right? Because he can't do another Nikita. That basically disengages the Nikita entirely and forces him to use a button to hit you. So like I generally fastball air dodge through the Nikita. You might be able to just air dodge through it depending on how he's like moving it. I'm not 100% sure, but you'll see it work later on. Here, I should sit up. That's generally if you're farther away from the stage, that's generally the best way to disengage Nikita and get around it. But there, I just didn't have a lot. Like, I could have honestly been fine here. My actual mistake here though was after up B, air dodge through. I drifted all the way out here, which made it pretty obvious that I was gonna try and go to ledge, right? So that's why he was ready for it. But if I'm like drifting around here, then I can fall here, 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 and he has to call it out. That's generally what I should have done there. So toss the nade back. Maybe should have tossed the nade back. Maybe should have got mech out there. Not sure. Yeah, just stay away. The nade's about to blow up. Blow up the nade with the Mecha Koopa. Shoot the cannonball. Get the mech out. You know, just do the normal setup stuff. Take your time. Almost had an opening there, but recognized I didn't. I recognized I didn't have an opening because he was facing away from me with the nade. At least when I got close, I think, right? Or, no. I guess it's just because I saw him have a nade on the plat and was already pulling out another nade. I'm like, I don't want to deal with that, you know? Not extra height. That is... I buffer hammer. You get your max air acceleration. No, but I'm not sure the exact technicalities of it, but I think the most correct wording I can think of is you get to your max airspeed faster after you hammer. So that's why I hammered, because I had a higher chance of getting the distance I needed to get to ledge, as opposed to not hammering. So yeah, that's why. All right. Disengage again. Oh yeah, there. See, yeah, there. I was like, this is what I was talking about. Right here, it's like I see him walking, but the nade, he's turned around. The nade's behind him, so it's harder for me to interact there. You don't get to ledge fat. I mean, you get the distance faster, but you don't really get to ledge faster because you still have to fall to it, right? You just get more, you get more horizontal distance. That's basically it. Yeah, also air dodge works as well. Alright. Yeah, more drift, yeah. Alright. Yeah, that was a bad card. Didn't pay attention to the cook timings. I'm a stupid idiot. There, this one's almost fully cooked. There, disengage that nade. That one's gonna blow up. Wasn't ready for it. See, this is what happens when you don't like pay attention to the cook timings, like to a T. And there, he's starting to catch on. The landing on plat wasn't the bad thing. It was the shield after. Although he may have been able to get the sticky anyway, but whatever. There, now I just have to wait and just play the waiting game until I react to the Nikita. Until the C4 explosion. Excuse me. And then, yeah, again, so here he actually just catches my movement over because at event snakes will catch you in your movement from time to time, but like for them usually he's not able to catch you as long as you mix up your drift during your after your aerial cart and everything, you know. Yeah, cooked. Well, what events that I'm going to? My next major is Gommel. Cook timings is basically the most important thing in the match with Evade, so that's something you should focus on primarily. Yeah, generally you're not at a threat. Like, as long as you recognize as long as you know, if he has a cooked grenade, he can chuck it at you. It'll hit you and then it'll explode, right? That's when you can cover jumps from a distance. But generally, other than that, the only way you can really cover jumps is to just like hard call it out with like a double jump aerial, as long as you're jumping at the right height. So like, he has to like preemptively commit to covering your jumps a lot of the time in aerial movement. So as long as you're careful with mixing it up and using it to reposition in the right situations, he has to respect it a lot, and he's gonna have less time doing the other parts of his game plan, you know. It's a set timer from the beginning, from the pull. So that's why you have to always pay attention to how long it's been since he pulled it at the start. So yeah, get hit here. Bad landing. Don't contest. Don't force your way down versus snake. He's just gonna dash attack you. All right, here I'm low. He's far enough away so that I can just kind of just go to ledge around Nikita, and then catches me with a down air. Just take your time. And again, see, look at this, right? This is what I'm talking about. So I double jump, ledge jump, double jump, drift back. He has to call out my aerial movement early if he wants to stop it, right? So he thinks I'm just gonna like side B right here, right? But then I drift farther back, side B, and get a spin out. This is what I'm talking about. Like, you have control of the mix-up when you're doing movement like that. Because if he doesn't, like, I mean, like, at the end of the day, like, you get the aerial or he gets the aerial, or you get like aerial card, aerial spin out, whatever. But like, if you recognize that he's gonna go for that, a lot of the times you can just disengage and reposition. So like generally, like, and again, like, because I did this, look, he has no nade, like he has the one nade out, but like he has bad positioning and he doesn't have a setup going. That's because he gave it up to go for this back air, right? So that allows me to take center, and then I bait out the dash attack because he's like, well, shit, I don't have a setup, so I'm just gonna try and hit him on his landing. That's kind of how you deconstruct Snake's game plan, so to speak. Is you force him to catch these like aerial like movement, like this repositioning, and once in a while he'll get hit. But if he guesses wrong and you get the hit, his entire rhythm is thrown off. He doesn't have the setup, and he's just kind of a sitting duck until he actually gets the setup going again. And even if I cart it, can I cart through late back air? I know I can't cart through early back air. The latest hitbox is 9%, you're correct. But everything, all the other hitboxes break it. Generally, I would not advise trying directly to cart through bear. You'll usually get one of the first 3 hitboxes. So, that's just a warning. I haven't had... Oh, wait, no, it's... Okay, it's 4 hitboxes, but it's... close far and early late. Okay, so the only one that won't beat cart is close late. And if you're ever getting hit by bear, it's always going to be the far hitbox. So it's basically always going to break it. So, I mean, yeah, true, but yeah, the point is, like, you don't want to try and actively think I'm gonna drive. He's gonna backer. I'm gonna drive through it. You have to respect it, kind of like Steve backer. You know, when I do the Steve timeout strategy, that's the aerial I have to respect. He can't break it with up air, but he can break it with back air. Snakes, both up air and back air for snake break it. So you have to respect both of them when you're karting around, right? But again, this whole thing came from this one scenario, right? Okay, I went back a little bit too far. We go to ledge, double jump, hit him with spin out. He doesn't have the setup. Tries to get a C4 and dash stack me. Bam, done. That and now he's even in an even worse position. So yeah, I could have tried to go for up B hammer, but what I tried to do was I tried to do a short hop mech so it would land on the plat. Did not do a short hop mech. I wanted to use it to try and cover, like, toss up, cover space when he's coming down. That was the idea. But I still catch him there. Try to cover the early fall off the cipher. Honestly, not my best attempts to try and edge guard him or beat the landing. See there, instead of going for this cannonball, I should have again just gone for the Mecha Koopa without jumping and then just tossed it up. You know, just pressure him on the way down. And then, yeah, you got that. I just mixed up my landing. Just the slow drift and the landing hammer instead of going to plat. Because last time I went to plat, he up-aired me. And then he just got the roll in. So, it happens, you know. Came down with the back air, though. Instant death. Get the Mecha Koopa while I can. Bad. That was not a good toss. Not a good toss. Remember, Mecha Koopa sets off grenades. Yeah, let it be known. Yeah, 40%, fun stuff. And see, that was late back air. So, again, bad side B, right? Well, I mean, not necessarily bad side B, but it's just like I could have reacted to the fact that he jumped up and like jumped over him, maybe. But you get the point. Toss the nade over. Oh, if I waited a little bit, the nade would have hit him and blew up. Damn. But yeah. Get the nade, shields to the big explosion. I probably could have gotten another up air, but I was just like, I know he has a nade in his hand. Here. I know he has a nade in his hand. So actually, I couldn't. He got the random drop chance, right? So I was like, if that didn't happen, then I would have had to disengage anyway. So I get the up air, expect the explosion, air dodge in. And then I can go off because I know the nade's on plat, right? So as long as I'm staying, like he tossed the nade. I know the nade's on plat, so as long as I'm staying over here by ledge, then I can kind of just chase him, you know? So that's what the back air wasn't the best though, because now he's just repositioning. But as long as I stay underneath him, I can catch him. But again, like I'm just not doing a great job catching these landings. I should be staying underneath him and trying to like parry a back air or just putting a hitbox out earlier. At least in this situation when I don't have time to go for Mecha Koopa, you know? The side B, I was stuck in the side B jump flag. Like that wasn't great. So see, and then again, just using the nade against him, right? I'm using nade to cover this whole space, and then I cover plat myself, right? I'm in position to cover it. Didn't go up high enough there. I probably could have won the game there if I didn't dash forward. If I didn't dash forward and I went for a jump earlier, I probably could have ended the game. Down throw, would that have been better? No, because I just wanted the positional advantage. I mean, down throw would have been good too. I just wanted more frame advantage. Because F throw has more frame advantage than down throw. I mean, that was why I did it in the moment, but down throw probably would have been just as good, if not slightly better. But I had a feeling if I F throw, he's going to try and up B high. I just didn't go up early enough, you know? So The instant I realize that I can't get the hammer, I just fast fall down on the ground. Jab trades with nade. Up B to cover him going to center. Alright. Catch the nade, disengage once again. And it's again just biding my time, waiting for him to corner himself and give me a little bit of time to get Mecha Koopa out or just to do anything really. And then I realized my mistake and I tried to drift out. And it just wasn't enough. So he got it. But yeah, overall, I just got caught by too many of his landings. I was a bit too predictable with my side B movement in some situations. And there were a couple situations where I put myself in a bad position near a nade or hit a nade and took like 40 for it. That's just how Snake goes. They got... Yeah. Sorry. Do you think at ledge at mid to late percents, a down throw or F throw is better to set up for an edge guard? It really depends on the positioning. I think generally down throw would be better. I think Riddell was right. It's just, it does give them more time to like adjust to the situation. Which is one thing I don't like about it that much is that they see, okay, I'm being down thrown. They have time to kind of plan their next steps. Where F throw, it's much faster. They'd be like, damn, I got F throw, and now I gotta pick an option more quickly. And also you get more frame advantage with F throw, so you can get Mecha Koopa out with more frame advantage. Yeah, oh, this is very matchup dependent. I'm talking about, yeah, Snake generally. If you send him farther out, it's harder for him to go over the stage with a high up B. So yeah, generally down throw would be pretty good against Snake, sending him farther out. But yeah, and characters you like to gimp, down throw is almost always better. But yeah, it's matchup dependent, right? Yeah, I would say down throw usually if it can send him far enough to where it makes it difficult for him to go up B high and go over stage easily. Sometimes I just like going for F throw just because I'm like it throws them off. I have some more frame advantage and they have less time. But yeah, like usually down throw is probably better. What's up, Aqua? Yeah, this I saw your message. Good luck, good luck. Hopefully this'll be helping out. Yeah, I'll post the full VOD on YouTube, so you can catch what you missed there. Yeah, the nade is weird. Stepcat made a video on when the throws blow up the nade and when they don't. So I would ask him for that. Yeah, it's to threaten a fair or condition him to recover low if you down throw. Yeah, there's options either way, you know. Yeah, if you're near ledge, down throw is really good, but there's like some characters or some situations where I just like doing F throw more. It's kind of a personal thing, you know. It's not like F throw is bad anyway. In situations like that, it's just, you know, it just sets up a different situation. All right. So game 3. And again, see here I recognize, right? I recognize. I'm carding in, right? And I recognize if he pulls another nade, I have time because of the 21 frame nade pull animation to get the opening, right? And I know he didn't cook it at all, so I have time to get this full down air before I shield. So yeah. Get the nade, disengage, but he also realizes that I'm going to have to Z-drop the nade. And he just gets the punish, even though I could have done the Z-drop aerial, but then I would have recaught the nade, so. Alright, shield everything, yeah. Just biding my time once again. It's just a very slow matchup until someone gets a hit, you know? Not the best dash attack in my life. Up air, up air. Good spacer on the nade. And there I was, when I landed there, I was like, okay, I go here, here. I have a feeling he's going to F tilt. Or like turn around down tilt or something. So I'm just going to space around it and then jump over. Just to be safe. He repositions, but at least this gives me some room, you know. I got 13th at gateway. It does not, Riddell. Nade does not do enough shield damage. I did test that. At least it doesn't break a full shield. But it can break like somewhat smaller shields, you know. And then he's starting to catch on to my jump habits, right? He's starting jump cart habits. By doing the back air, I want to jump off ledge. He does another back air, so I need to work around this a little bit more. Just take my time, double jump over the nade because I know he's gonna toss it. And again, right? He tries to hard call out an option, but I just jump, like an aerial option. I just jump straight over it, reposition. I probably could have gotten a punish off of that, but I just wanted to reposition, you know. I mean, it was a B tier, so maybe. I mean, my run at Eon was definitely way better, which is the other B tier that I got third at, but it's my best run in a little while, so yeah, not bad. Alright, so yes, that was a bad mech again. It's just you make one mistake. You always got to be so careful about these cook timers, right? So he pulls the nade. But the thing is, he tripped me up because he dropped it, then catched it, and then tossed it. So I was like, okay, he dropped it. Now it's time for me to pull mech. Right? So that was just a little tricky business from him. There I recognize he gave me an opening to get the cart, right? Because he pulls the nade, he's in shield. Unless he like drop shield dash attacks, this cart, he isn't stopping this cart. Yeah, Zappa's the GOAT online for sure. Alright. So again, just take my time, gotta hold a lead. Up air, yeah. That is true. Up air is true at 0, but not the second up air. So I don't know if I'll do this later in the set. What you wanna do versus Snake, if you grab him at 0, up air, and then fall to the ground. If he pulls nade, you get a re-grab. If he doesn't pull nade, then you just chase him. That's generally what I like to do. Sup, Stormanda, how's it going? But anything, if he's like at like 5 to 10%, then you can just get the normal. 5 might be a bit low. Anything like 10% and up, you can get the normal extensions on. I know that for a fact. Yeah, here again, yeah, I'm being too predictable when it comes to my aerial movement because he has the grenades on the ground, and then he catches me with the up air. So I just need to be more comfortable sitting in the corner for a little bit longer, I think. All right. So here, if I'm at the very corner, then I'm fine. Even if I can land on the plat and shield as well, right? Thank you, I appreciate it. But yeah, I'm just trying to force my way over him too much. It's just yeah, I'm just not adapting quick enough when it comes to the aerial movement. He's starting to try and chase me down a bit. Okay, just take my time once again. Toss the nade back. I probably could have done. Oh, I forgot. I can full screen this. Wait, hold up. Oh, I'm stupid. My bad. This looks a little bit better, right? I tried full screening it before and it didn't work, so I don't know. Okay, this is a bit better. Maybe mix in suppressing fares with normal hops. Yeah, I could just do like more normal hops in place just to mix up when I'm actually gonna try and take center back. That is something I could do for sure. Here I probably could have done the down air on his shield and it would have poked. But I don't know if I would have had the time because he did the preemptive back air, right? So yeah, honestly this is a pretty good fade back. Try to cut his movement off with the up B, and again, see, he just can't punish that. Because the up B, he has to respect that. And by the time he can start running again, I'm all the way over there. He just can't punish. Bad. Yeah, just miss input side B. Bad. Don't land on top of Snake. Don't try and force your way down on top of Snake or stuff like that happens. Disengage the nade, space around the dash attack. And then he gets mad damage off of that. Yeah, that was just... I just had to be farther away from him in that situation. And then I wasn't trying to... I was trying to get spin out slot. I wasn't trying to spin out into the nade. And then I was kind of getting a little bit flustered, so I was like not paying attention to the nades enough. Not spacing the nair well, get caught by the C4. Yeah, just... Not recognizing his threat ranges in a lot of situations. I just need to take my time more. And just recognize which nades he's cooking, where he's placing them, where the C4 is, all that stuff, you know. Just process the information. Take my time. So avoid Nikita, and again, it's just a lot of plat camping, just waiting for him to give you the opportunity to get your setup up, like to block his stuff, and then start trying to make your way in. I also probably should have been trying to bait out. I remember this was something I told myself, either after game 3 or game 4 is, I'm not playing the bait out dash attacks enough. I'm playing too much in there, which is really good, but like, at these percents, like, I get a kill by baiting out a dash attack a lot of the time, you know? And I'm sure I get that. But, like, I definitely could have gotten that kill a lot earlier if I successfully baited out a dash attack. And I'm bringing this back a little bit. That was like that. He wasn't even close to that up B. I was using him a little bit too much in some situations. I thought I was going to ledge there. Just be patient. Take your time. And again, see there at up B, that's what the option select I'm talking about, right? So I react to the fact that he dash attacks, so I up B. He crosses up so it doesn't hit, but then I just reset. That's why up B is so good against dash attack. There I probably could have just gone up and tried to hit him, but I was just trying to catch the landing. I think both are viable, but it's just, if you up B and try to go out and hit him, it's just riskier. So I was trying to play a bit safer, you know? And then, yeah, again. He's just catching on to this attempted side B repositioning. Just, I just need to take my more time in that situation, right? Just go back to ledge there. Just go back to ledge. There's no reason not to. So, yeah. The game plan's working for the most part, but there's just certain moments where I'm not saying, okay, he's probably going to hit me, or he's probably going to put a hitbox here. I need to just fade it back and reposition. I'm just trying to, I'm getting too lazy with the side Bs for the most part, you know? So, I think I do clean it up a bit more. I know I start playing a little bit more grounded, at least in game 5, maybe in game 4. To just try and bait out these dash attacks and stuff. But yeah, I don't think there's going to be a ton more I'm going to be talking about. It's going to be a lot of the other stuff and saying, hey, I did this stuff better, you know? There I actually could have up-E'd and gotten like a reverse hammer, I think. Yeah, that would have worked, but whatever. And this works too, right? Still a ton of damage. Up-E's high. See, get the mech, toss it up to cover. I tried to cover a drift to center, but he air dodged through, which was good. I could have covered the air dodge, but it's fine. Yeah, I tried to parry the up smash. A little bit unnecessary, but I mean, if the up smash hit my shield and then he also popped the C4, it may have broken my shield. So that was why I tried to go for the parry at the very least. Notice my shield's low, so I tried to reposition a little bit. Up-E, perfect. See, same thing. Like I told myself after game 3, it's just try and bait these out more. Try and bait these out more. Get mech, just do the funny aerial card. And there, see, that's why Cannonball can be good, but not at the range like that, you know. And now here's a situation where this up idea does actually work. I mean, it definitely messed up. And I should have killed him off this. There, but the Cypher did clip me. That was a bad ledge jump. See, to be fair, I did not think I would snap after this. That was like really weird. But I definitely could have just dropped down, jump back aired, and he probably would have died. So, that's fine though. And actually, I forgot to mention, but yeah, so I barely survive by avoiding this Nikita, right? Sure, he messes up, but like it was the idea, right? Like, again, I go to ledge, but I can mix up what if I go to plat, go to the stage near ledge, or I can go here. He may have meant a dash attack. You can space around dash attack. So even if he did try to dash attack, I think I did my drift properly, it would not have hit me. There it may have hit me, but like I could have come in like from like at a more gradual angle. You can avoid dash attack if you drift properly. But here, so 2 back air, Side B forward air. Here's what I'm talking about. This Nair hitbox. It was early far. This usually will break Cypher if it's not too stale. And I just wasn't expecting to get hit by the Cypher, and then I just my flowchart just it fell through. But I had the right idea for a lot of it. Gets blown up by his own C4. It just happens sometimes. Up B hammer. There he was low enough to where I probably could have gone for the up B hammer into the sky. But whatever. Now this up B that I do here is not good. It's not good. The reason it's not good is because he has C4 on right plat. So let's see if that actually comes into play. See, yeah, like in a situation like that, you have to recognize, be careful about when you want to do the up Bs. Because here, he has one plat cover with the grenade and one plat cover with the C4. I can't land on the plat. That means this up B was bad. I need to have a way out. So I didn't recognize in time that he had the other plat covered, and I'm like, well, so you see I started drifting over this way, and I was like, oh shit. So I tried to drift back, and I get clipped by the nade. So I recognized the C4 was there, but like, I may have been able to land on the edge of the plat and avoid the C4, but it's just like, in the moment I was like, he has that plat covered. So usually if he has C4 in the middle of the plat, it's generally don't want to be up Eing, because then he can cover the other plat. So that's just an example of a time when I tried to up B, but it just wasn't the right call, you know? And there, yeah, it was just, I think I tried to jump away, but he just placed it there because I just didn't realize he would get a hitbox there fast enough. Alright, just take my time. Eventually, he'll get hit by his own grenade sometimes, you know? There, I probably could have played a bit more aggressive to go for a shield break or something. Like, if I tried to do side B, oh, I mean, he has nade here, so side B spin out would have hit the nade. It wouldn't have worked, but I don't know. Run up down smash even, right? I don't know. I just played too passive. I should have tried to exploit the shield health a little bit. Ugh. Yeah, just toss the grenade down to completely disengage it after hitting him off stage. I mean, before, yeah, so doing that. Cannonball's bad. These cannonballs are terrible. I should not be doing cannonballs. He's gonna go high. I'm wasting time. I need to either go up there or get mech to cover his way down. Because it's just like, and the up B, what, like, what am I doing, bro? He's nowhere near. He's nowhere near that. What am I doing, bro? And then he just does this, yeah. It's a lot of poor decision. I definitely could have played advantage better in this situation. Yeah, it's definitely spend the 120 frames elsewhere for sure. Disengage the grenade. Let's see. Again, disengage the nade on the ground. Dash under the nade, he tosses over me. Now I'm in. But again, he drops the nade and rolls away. That was just a stupid up smash, right? I'm in, but then I can pressure him better, but I just tried to cash out instantly because I wanted the kill, because I'm a greedy motherfucker. Just up smash. Easy money. And then, okay, I wasn't teabagging there. I don't know if people did think they are teabagging. I just wanted to go across on the C4, just saying, hey, I know we're in. I know it's here, bitch. I just like doing that sometimes. It's pretty funny. Second upper was bad. I should have gone for it. And Nair. Would Nair have been low enough to not hit the nade in that situation? Maybe. Probably. Yeah, Nair was the play. It wouldn't have hit nade. Up B, reset. Yeah, and again, I need to be careful about... Because, like, he's adapting. Because I up B, right? He runs up and shields the explosion, and then he has time, right? Or, like... So here, I should have... For once in a while, I mean, he might be able to react if I go low, but I think he was, like, already trying to do this. So I just need to, mix up where I'm landing, right? What's up, Llama? How's it going? I mean, if he does take worse off on the trade, since you have the massive lead. I mean, true, but again, like, trades are good, but hitting them without hitting the nade is always better, right? So it's like, you can go for trades, like, so, but like, the Nair was just the better decision, right? So, both are good, but one's better, you know? Thank you, I appreciate it. Alright, what did I parry? Let's get back to this. Almost done. Game 4. Making good progress here. Parried the first hit of down air. I'm not sure if any juniors are going to crown. Alright, he's getting a setup. I have C4. I have to play super passive, and then I react to the C4 explosion. Super bad cannonball. Super bad cannonball. Only cannonball at long range. Don't cannonball at mid range. Yeah. If he just hits me on the way down, yeah. I almost clipped him with the down tilt. Man, that was so close. That was so close. Could have ended the game here probably, right? Because I got the back toss, explodes, combos there. Surprised that whiffed. And then that I tried to what did I try to do here? I may have tried to catch him up being with the up B. Or no, okay. I tried to catch neutral get up, but I just dashed too far. That's what it was. Tips for good VOD reviewing. For good VOD review, I think it just comes down to just understanding the bad decisions you were making. And like what I mean by that is mostly focusing on why you lost neutral. So why you lost neutral, or why you weren't able to hold advantage well, or why you weren't able to get out of disadvantage. And see where you're taking the most damage and where you're dying the most. And I'd say like focus on that area of your play. Right, so here I'm recognizing mostly in this game, like in this set, my advantage. Now my disadvantage was pretty good, although he was clipping me once in a while. My neutral, there were some times when I was getting a bit aggressive when I shouldn't have. In terms of like hitting him when he had nades in place, I was making my aerial movement a little bit too predictable because he was calling me out with the aerials a bit more than I would have liked. A big issue was holding my advantage when I was using cannonballs, when I shouldn't have been using cannonballs. I should have been just trying to stay underneath him more, catch his landings better, stuff like that. So just try to pinpoint these interactions where you're not doing what you want to, like where stuff is going wrong, and try and just just try and think about what could I have done better to get the situation that I wanted, especially as junior, where you kind of have to play in a way to be able to craft the situations that fit junior the best. You just have to take it step, like interaction by interaction, and figure out, try and think about what you could be doing better to get your opponent in a position to where you want them, or to get yourself in a certain position. That's what I would recommend. And yeah, this is my best win, I believe, because he's number 20 in the world right now, so pretty solid. Alright, so yeah, tried to up E neutral, get up distance, messed up, died for it. So be it. Alright, tried to snap, was like a frame off. That's just bad side Bs. Like, I should be over here. I want to get the ram ham. This is a bad habit of mine. Is when I see them at ram ham percent, I go for grounded side B too much. It's like I'm like, oh, I'm gonna ram ham you. I'm gonna ram you. No, you're not. I should have just been hanging out over here. Just maintain the game plan. Just maintain the game plan. There, I didn't have to jump over. I should have recognized, hey, I'm at dash attack range. If I kept holding shield, I could have up B hammered him, and it would have almost killed. I'm just getting a bit flustered. Just take my time. Okay, that works too, I guess. Toss the nade, please. There, okay, see, finally a good example of me mixing up my aerial option and baiting out him trying to punish it. Okay. Good, I can combo off that. LP hammer would have killed there, but backer is usually safer, especially now that I recognize that after the Epic Gabe set. And that's like, sometimes it's good to go for that, but it just wasn't the right option there. I mean, like, yeah, I didn't commit the first time. I could have tried to maybe toss the nade at him, right? I should have picked up the nade. That's what I should have done. That's something I could probably do more, that probably people can do more just in general. Because how much damage does nade do, right? I'm actually understanding this now. Is it proximity damage? I'm wondering if nade can... Oh, here it is. Wait. Wait, no. Where is it? Anywhere from... No, that's the toss. I don't know how much damage... Well, I just got recently got blown up by a nade, so I can just check. That does 12%. Okay, so yeah, that breaks Cypher. Or it breaks Snake's armor on Cypher. So yeah, so that was the answer, right? Your damage is... Oh, true. Well, yeah, you're right. Never mind, I forgot, because it hits my head. But still, I think... His armor is 8%, and that does 12. That's definitely, like, if you scale it back down, that's definitely enough damage to hit Snake off his Cypher. So yeah, in that situation here, let me go back to it. So I back air, right? Sure, whatever. Waiting for his landing is fine here, because I do end up punishing the landing. I should pick up the nade. Cypher tanks, I had it over here. 8.4% single hit. That's after the 1v1 multiplier. Before the 1v1 multiplier, it's 7%. So not that much, honestly. So I should have picked up the nade here and tossed it up and tried to blow him up off the top. That's something I didn't think about at all before that I should have done. So. Let's take my time. Yeah, this is like super scary. I tried to break his shield there or poke him. Just take my time because this is super fucking scary. Like if I get hit clipped by like one bad thing, I could just lose the set instantly. So that's why I'm taking so much time here. That was risky. I should not have hung out around that C4 so aggressively. Does a weak bear break Cypher? Good question. Back air. Where are you, back air? 8%, yeah, so it does. It does, in fact, break Cypher. Alright, so I'm just gonna take my time. The grenade almost killed him. Ah, just up air him, man. Got caught by the grenade. And there, I almost lost the set there. If I got clipped by that back air, that set was over. Jesus Christ, that was scary. Look how close this shit was. that was the set right there. That was the set. Oh my goodness, man. Wow. So yeah. So let me take some notes real quick. Play more patient when holding advantage. Play to cut his landings off with MK, or to catch landings near the ground, right? And then for neutral, it was be more diligent when avoiding hitting nades, and pay more attention to cook timer. Don't get frustrated or you will take more damage. Mix up aerial movements, or don't let them catch on. Use nades to cover high upbeat. Explosion beats Cypher armor. Okay, cool. No, that was bad DI. That was bad DI. Alright. And last game, he takes me to battlefield, which I think is fine, because I like small. Definitely better for him. Well, I mean, this is definitely better than small for him. But it's still fine. So again, I was taking my time. I have to be wary of the... And actually, it's not that bad for Junior, because the top plat, he can only have C... If it's biplat, he can have C4 on half of the platforms, but now we can only have C4 on a third of the platforms. So I can go between two of them without worrying about C4. Which is pretty nice. Okay, cover that. He still doesn't have a jump. Oh, that one pissed me off. Yoshi's is not legal. But if it was, I would ban Yoshi's Smashville Hollow. Instead, I banned Smashville Hollow Kalos. Yeah, that should have hit. I'm annoyed. Whatever. So again, I'm just taking my time like usual. And then there, I find the hole there, right? So this is the hole you want to look for sometimes, alright? Tosses the nade, so one nade is somewhat cooked, right? But he tossed it high up enough that I knew it wouldn't hit me. And he plucks another nade, but it's not fast enough. So when you find an opening like that, that's when you can just go in, right? Because he has, I mean, he started walking, but again, he like had very little time to make a decision there. So there, just find the openings, you know. Find the openings between the grenade tosses and the cook timers. Just take your time until you see an opening, and then just take your experience against Snake to try and recognize like those situations in the moment. And then again, finally, just finding the situation, finding the opening. That nade's about to blow up, so I know he doesn't have a cooked nade on the field, and then he's dead. You know? As long as it's cook timers are the most important thing in this matchup for sure. As long as like if you understand that the nades aren't cooked, it's just like it's fake pressure for the most part, you know. As long as you're not putting out like a hitbox into them, you know. Back air, catch the jump. Oh, if I didn't double jump though, man. Him shielding the spin out. I mean, yeah, but I think I would have hit the nade, and he may have been able to combo off of it. But like, I just spin out because I just don't think he's gonna be able to get a shield out in time. And like, while he physically could have, he just didn't make the decision fast enough, right? It was just risk reward at the end of the day. The risk is I take 30. The reward is I kill him. And I thought I just took it was like a small gamble, you know. Did I go far back enough? I forget. Okay, I'll just go here. I shouldn't have double jumped that, but whatever. It's fine. Yeah, he cut off my options. He honestly should have gotten that down tilt, but he just didn't time it right. Aerial cart, forward air. Just pressure his shield safely. Just drift away. Go to plat. Again, like in that situation, he can't pressure me. Go underneath. Yeah. I should have done this more. I definitely should have done that more. Go underneath stage more to recover. I did not do that enough. That just throws off a lot of his setups if he's not ready for it. Bad landing on top of him. And yeah, I just didn't recognize when I was in danger, you know? It happens. That was just a good toss from him. And then I recognized, I knew that was shield poke. Well, I guess I didn't know. But like, on Battlefield, if I do this right, if this doesn't hit, I just drift the top plat. And it's very, very hard for him to cover that, you know? There, messed that up. I could have gotten the up air nair off of this. Because up air nair, I'm now understanding. I'll test it. Test if up throw, up air, nair at 0 avoids nade. That's something I want to test. But I got short hop up air anyway, so. Got the jab. Cut off the platform. Grab again. Just wait for the landing. That's what I should have been doing more earlier. Nade covers mech covers the plat and the nade. Jump over the back air. That was a bad side beat because I didn't pay attention to the cook. And again, it's just I'm taking these trades and I'm just taking my time in neutral. That sets off the nade. Again, that's another reason up B is good, right? If I up B, it sets off the nade. He has to worry about another explosion. And then I just catch his B reverses, and that's the set. So yeah. That's how I did it. Yeah, but Vavik, you have to think about where the hitbox will be placed. Nair is going to be lower because up air is higher. So Nair might avoid the nade. That's the reason that it might work. I would have to test it though. But yeah. There we go. That is how I beat APOLLOKAGE, the number 20 player in the world. Yes, poking the links. So since it's probably going on YouTube, thanks for watching. I know it's like over an hour long video, but maybe I'll do more like this in the future. All right, peace.